I have got another commentary Halo Wars 2 game for you, and this one is a spicy one. The reason why is because I was going a specific tech route of infantry, and then I saw something that was like, oh boy, if I keep doing this, everyone is going to die in my army, and things are not going to go ahead and look well. So, this is going to be the result of this game, where I start off as infantry and I make some decisions based off what I saw. What did I see? Well, we have to continue to watch to find out. Hope you're having a splendid day so far, and now let's just jump into it, right? We got a supply pad, we got ourselves gen going on. We're upgrading that gen once we get enough power. It's a simple supply supply, but if you notice, I did make another supply pad for my fourth building point instead of trying to go gen. So the build order is usually something like supply gen, but here we're mixing it up, right? I'm trying to go infantry. I want to see if I can apply early pressure, and so the thought process behind it is to go ahead and have a more supply heavy economy early on. And I did take a huge risk by not taking my mini, right? A lot of high level players tend to go ahead and try and take it right away, and I decided to take a gamble, right? And this gamble will hopefully play off. I have no idea if it got taken or not. It's been a while since I've seen this game. And so there's that gen. I take everything back. Here I thought I was going to go heavy with the infantry, but boy, no. Instead, I'm going gen for the fifth building slot. We're going full economy, and we're taking the mini base that is over here on this right hand side at the 1 minute 45 mark. So I clearly want to upgrade that gen. Honestly, I'm making another marine. I have no idea what I'm trying to do right now, which that's the magnificent part about waiting so long to do a commentary match of a game that you haven't played in a really long time. Those words did not come out as well as I wanted to, but it's okay. We're going to keep rolling with it. So we're going to go ahead and attack those sentinels with the power node that are at the power node, so then we can go ahead and try and cap that. And there is our armory. So we're going to go ahead and make a Spartan, and I guess we're going to keep producing infantry this whole time. And so very interesting build all in all. Definitely not as aggressive as I thought. I am playing as Cutter. Went to capture that node, then decided to retreat, and then all of a sudden Red shows up with a very nice bunker. Mine does go down, and that mine is going to do damage on the bunker itself, but you know what? Things are going to go relatively well. Now we self-destruct one of the supply pads to then go barracks. So this build order is kind of all over the place. Green is Serena dropping down the ice that you see over here. Red is the Jerome because of the bunker. And I'm just trying to do my best to make sure my infantry doesn't get frozen and destroyed over here. And so the bunker's doing a great job just doing that pressure that we want. We are floating a little bit more resources that we want, and we're getting a heal. And we're going to go ahead and just drop right down on that bunker as well, since he's been committing really hard on trying to take that node as a whole. So we're going to start making some snipers just because we got bunker play, so we can drop those guys in there if Red decides to drop bunkers near me. And we're going to get her Spartan out eventually. I'm surprised it's still not out yet. There it is. It is out right on time. It's like my internal clock is ticking. So there goes Blue's Jerome that is showing up. That means we have to go with a full scale retreat, and that Jerome was just recently upgraded. You can see that when you see the shield just recently changed in regards to size on that hit point bar. And so now we're kind of stuck in a weird spot. So their Johnny, our Johnny, is there trying to fight their Jerome, which is not a bad matchup, right? If you're able to kill the machine, then you can actually do a little bit more in regards to the sniper, right? The biggest issue is trying to kill that machine as a whole. And so their Johnny's, they're committing, trying to stop this from happening. And so Y move is trying to go down, but it looks like he wasn't able to execute it. And now all of a sudden their hero is still there as well. And now it's just a Duke going back and forth. Will our Johnny be able to live? We don't really know. There's a sniper going on. There's goes to barrage, and he makes it into the bunker right on time. That is some excellent play right there. And Blue ends up losing everything else that's over here. And so excellent play. We were able to kill that Jerome. That our Johnny was able to live with very little HP left. If those missile barrages finished, it would have been over. And so we're now going to go ahead and get a second base, upgrade that to the second version of it, and we're still not in Tech 2 yet, so it's kind of a risk that's being played right now. But we do have the snipers to help keep track of the mines, right? Blue went mines to try to deal with the bunker, and so now we're going to go ahead and try and send Marine out to go ahead and see if there's an expansion base of some sort. Orange is doing relatively well, able to get in a second expansion base as well, and it does look like there is no second base expansion at mid at the moment, and so things are still looking relatively well. Upgrading that supply pad, still using that power instead of waiting to get to Tech 2. But things are still looking relatively fine as a whole, and so now we are getting our third leader point, which we're going to go ahead and use for ODST because they are great in regards to just that stun ability, able to get those bombs that are associated with it. And there goes Blue showing up a little bit right there with the Marines. And we did get hit with a mine, and so that's going to be our cue to just go ahead and fall back very quick. We do want to see what the enemy is doing, but we can't really have a good opportunity to do so right now. They seem to be very hunkered down at the moment. So with our extra supplies, we're going to go ahead and just get ourselves the extra gen, make that additional supply, and then we'll hopefully start getting at least an air pad to get Nightingales. Y move does go down on that Jerome to go ahead and heal, which is pretty cool. And the play now is to go ahead and see if we can go around and see if we can catch anything in regards to, is there a base on the outside side? Could we get ability to scout? And so there goes that air pad that I was mentioning, so we can get Nightingales with our infantry. And now we gotta turn down that terminal so we can go ahead and get that appropriate army sent over to that right hand side. And here we self-destruct. I guess we were going to go ahead and build an additional air pad because we thought the one in our home base wasn't made. And so now there's a green Marine, and oh my gosh, there it is, the first sign of siege. And remember, who is green? Green is Serena. And so that is just a big red flag already. Like the fact that, oh, a second barrage is going down, the fact that they already have siege set up is kind of going to be annoying. They got two Kodiaks trying to do air as well. My drop goes down, and a horrible Y move by the Spartan, which means we have to just go for a full retreat because that was a horrible micromanagement there. And so there we go. We said we're not doing this. We're not going to go ahead and get to infantry. We're in fact just going to go double air pad with a 4th gen so we can get that power upgrade, so we can go ahead and get those additional upgrades that we want associated with it. We're completely abandoning our infantry tech, mainly because, right, green with siege, especially once she gets that point such that you get hit with the ice barrage as well from the Kodiak siege or siege turret siege, it's just not a good sign whatsoever. And so the good news is that we're still holding 3 of the 5 power nodes, so we do have a little bit of a power advantage. We are going to go ahead and get the Cyclop drop as well. Even though we're not upgrading our infantry, it's still nice to have that too as a whole. And so we're going to go ahead and get that Tech 3 right away. We did waste that opportunity to not be able to get that gen upgraded just yet, but we are just trying to solidify our defense. We're going to now start making Nightingales, and we're going to just start transitioning to air as a whole. So next couple minutes, let's just try to defend until we get something a little bit more comfortable. And here comes an engagement with the light blue, which is also Serena, that also has siege itself too. So it does look like air is going to be the play, the correct move, just based off what it's seeing. And green does have air as well, which they're going to go ahead and take that middle node after they clear up those bunkers. And so they're starting to regain position across the map, and it does look like dark blue and light blue were able to smash what was over there by orange. So we are a little bit on our back foot. Our production, at least for myself speaking wise, is getting better. Our Johnson is on Tech 3, which will start getting Colossus, and that can play a good role as well. So Spartan comes down to try and steal one of the Hornets associated with it. They're going to try and focus fire on the Spartan, but it looks like they won't be able to. And a Mac goes down just to kill, what, 2 snipers and a Jackrabbit, and those 2 snipers are still alive. So we are able to go ahead and take that Hornet, and we're going to go ahead and just keep pressing the matter and try to just take out whatever units that we possibly can. And there you go, there's just more siege going on over there. So I'm going to go ahead and send my Spartan all over and see if we could do something about this siege that's over here. And then all of a sudden there's more Hornets showing up, and not only that, his Hornets are upgraded. It looked like they had the wingman ability associated with it. And so now we're going to have to start falling back a little bit. We got the Wolverines, which will be fine, but there is siege, which is going to be a problem as a whole. Trying to micro the Spartan with the Marine, that Hornet, wasn't really working too hot, but a Max Blast comes down by Johnny, and this is going to help reset the air. This is exactly what we were looking for. And now everything that green has been destroyed except for the Kodiaks that are in the back. And speaking of which, we're bringing out the big ship Condor. It's going to take a bit before I go ahead and get built. Why move Spartan Slam to get over the ice that's happening over there? And they have taken complete control of the map. They have all the nodes. Things aren't really looking good in regards to any pressure that we currently have. But I do have a little bit of air, which is going to be nice. And hopefully we can go ahead and try and capitalize off this momentum that we have. So 2 Spartans are still there. We're going to go ahead and try. Our Spartan's still there. We're going to go ahead and try and capture that node. And we want to go ahead and kill those Marines if possible. And see if we can go ahead and capture the bottom node as well. So right now we're in just this weird stalemate situation. They are starting to get anti-air because of the fact that they see my mass air here. Can't really call it mass, but our ally has also made themselves a Condor, so great minds think alike because of the situation with just the mass siege as a whole. And so we're going to try and capture this node. Our Spartan is here to help assist. Our sniper was supposed to capture this node, but I guess he's like, forget about it. Don't want to do it. I want to kill units, which is respectable, but like, no, don't be doing that. So Condor is almost done. We're going to go ahead and get that reinforcement upgrade afterwards. Our Johnny is holding that right lane relatively well. And now we have, what, 6 Hornets, 2 Nightingales. We don't have our scouts upgraded just yet. But once we do, it's going to help with our Condor, giving that extra vision that we're going to go ahead and have for our army as a whole. And so light blue is now starting to pressure the mini base on the left hand side, and they were able to get rid of it. And now red is looking to try and push this matter on their right hand side. And so I told my Hornets to go ahead and go after the Kodiaks that are in the back. I am willing to assist to the best of my ability. And so our Spartans here, our Hornets are here, and so we're going to try and sneak in through the back. And I can't really say sneak in, but we're just going to go ahead and try and target fire these Kodiaks, because these Kodiaks are the biggest problem that we're going to have as of right now, right? The ice is a problem, and our Johnny does have some good units on the ground, but those siege is really going to be annoying. So we're trying to pressure to the best of our ability. We are producing a lot more Hornets. We're also holding on to so much supply right now, and we're not really burning that as well as we want to. But our Condor is now ready. We now have gotten rid of the Kodiaks, which is going to help our situation as a whole. We are going to get that barracks up to start upgrading that, because remember, we do have infantry that we can drop as well. Close air support is up as a whole, and we're going to go ahead and call that on light blue to go ahead and try and relieve some of his efforts, some of that pressure that's happening on his lane over there. And so now we got ourselves a crazy game that's happening right now. It doesn't seem as crazy, but it's just, oh, Ghost in the Machine gets called by Isabel, and that's going to go ahead and reset not everything, but a lot of things that red has. Red can't really do anything about it, so we're going to go ahead and call in an ODST drop, which is going to be very nice. The Mac is going to happen as well, which is going to give a pretty good stun. We got a Y move with the bombs that are happening as well, and look at that. We're clearing out so much of Blue's army. We're going to go ahead and also drop in a Cyclop as well to stun that Wolverine to get rid of any anti-air that they currently have. We're still trying to produce some Nightingales. A heal is going to go ahead and go down, and now it's just Red's army that's barely hanging in there, and just Jerome with whatever's left over here. We helped reset his army completely, which is looking pretty well, and he's going to go ahead and run into the ODST mine. Yes, he takes a big hit right there, and now their hero is gone. So we're going to go ahead and keep that pressure up and see if we can go ahead and address that mini base with the Kodiak siege that is associated with it. We're going to go ahead and make our 5th gen, because you know what, we have the supply. Let's go ahead and burn it. And now we're going to have our Kodiak set up in a position such that we can go ahead and pressure the base as much as possible in the position that we currently have. And so heavy supply pad is going to be taken out relatively fast. Y move is going to go down on the watchtower to reduce vision that he currently has, and we're finally going to get that wingman ability for the Hornets, and we finally got reinforcement upgrade as well. So things are looking relatively well for us. Blue is trying to reinforce, but it does look like our teammate Orange is in need of a little bit of help here. Hopefully they're able to hold off, because of the fact that we just have a lot of pressure going on right now. And so our Condor is starting to strip the base to the best of our ability, and it's looking good in that regards. But Blue is starting to set up siege on his side as well. And orange, if you look at the mini map, he said, you want to attack my base? That's fine. I'm going to go ahead and go elsewhere. I'm like, okay. So he's going to go ahead and attack blue's base out in the middle. My Condor is kind of being focus fired by the Hornets that are over here, but not all of them are actually real, so it's not as dangerous of a threat as it seems. And so now it's like, okay, let's go ahead and start and do a little bit more pressure than what we currently have right now. Orange is just still marching through, straight through the middle, I guess ignoring blue's base. I have no idea what's going on here. I would love to have the replay and be able to do that, but unfortunately this game isn't supported to do that at the moment. And so our Condor is set up in a nice position such that it's going to be backed up by the reinforcement units that we see here. Y move goes down and does a lot of damage over here. We're going to also get ODST assault group just in case our pop ends up dropping. And it does look like we're going to go ahead and clear out the Kodiaks that are associated to it. And our Spartan's going to go ahead and steal one as well. We're going to have Spartan drop that is going down. We're going to steal that Kodiak, which is going to be actually kind of funny because now we have our own siege reflected upon them. And so maybe that Spartan will be able to do some work. But that Condor is just going to sit pretty and sit tight where it's at. And it's just going to keep trying to get rid of the turrets associated with it. And there goes Blue trying to push the left-hand side, trying to push the Condor and our Kodiaks that are on that side. A great Isabel Mac is going down. We're taking a lot of damage. We just lost that Kodiak. Our Spartan's still alive though. And we still have a good death ball that's just together right now, which is really nice. Green is trying to engage with the army that he has. And so we're trying to rotate the infantry over to go ahead and deal with the air over here because that is our matchup. And Johnson can go ahead and handle what Blue has because it's nothing really but Wolverines, which is our counter since we're going air. Y move is going down with that Condor, and that's just going to go ahead and take out that Jerome as a whole. And it looks like this game is coming to a close. We are taking out what is left of green. We've reset Blue's army once more, and now we just have to go ahead and just finish the job. And so we're going to keep stripping the base in regard to getting rid of the watchtowers to get rid of that additional vision, even though at this point we should just focus down on the base. But you know, just in case they showed up with some magical army or ghost in the machine, we have to be able to at least do as much damage as we can before something changes the direction of the game. And now if you look, light blue with all their ice, air, freezing guys, I never really see them, which is why I don't know the name of them, even though I've been playing this game for quite some time. They have shown up, and this is our cue to just go ahead and just try and pressure to the best of our ability. Our Condor is just sitting pretty where it's at, just taking care of business. A good Mac goes down to help also get rid of units as well. And we're just going to go ahead and sit on this side of the map. There's no reason for us to move in a situation such that we need to take an engagement that we don't really need. And so light blue is pressing the matter on that right hand side, and look at that, ice goes down. Great cryo drop. But is that going to be followed up with the bomb? No, it is not. But the Y moves from those machines are doing pretty good. But we do have ODST drop coming down. We're going to do that Y move right on that watchtower, right to reduce the vision. I keep saying that I just don't want them to have the vision. And we're just going to go ahead and keep pressuring this through. They're getting more siege set up in that location, or just starting to go around the map as a whole. But it does look like Green's base is starting to fall apart. It is in shambles. That Condor's doing consistent damage. Those Colossus are destroying everything on the ground. That Mantis is giving debuffs to everything that's around it as well. And so things are looking very well, and my economy is also just booming. And so we're making those additional scouts. We're filling up our pop to make sure it's at max. And a scatter bomb is going down. Not sure where that is coming from. Maybe it was our forge. I have no idea. But at this point, Green has been taken care of as well. They've just been eliminated. Now it's a 3v2. And with the army that we have and the Condor that's sitting there, which is now a Vet 1 Condor, which means 15% reduced damage, and I think a 15% damage buff as well as a 50% accuracy boost. Love it when we get rank 1. And so now we're just going to go ahead and just finish the job over here. Close combat ends up getting called, and we already lost some of those Pelicans associated with it. But honestly, everything is going to end up melting by blue. And so really, there's not much left in this game. Orange helped clear out the other side from that left side as well. So now light blue is left, dark blue has left. And with that, the game comes to an end. And so key takeaway here is that switch from infantry to air, because both of them were going siege, right? You had light blue going siege, dark blue had a little bit of siege as well, and just didn't want to do it. And so I went 32 for 89, our teammate went 11 for 78, and our other teammate went 12 for 61. That is very good efficiency right there, and that's what you need to win. So with that being said, I hope you have a good one. Hope you have a splendid one. Hope you enjoyed the commentary, and until next time, yeah, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. If you made it this far, you are awesome. And once again, enjoy the rest of your day, and until next time, be out.